So
I love your fucking descriptions for things because, like, I'm very crude and crass, but you're so polite, and you just like you talk about this guy who threatened to murder your friend, and you're just like, oh, what a card.
yeah, that dude was wacky, man.
You know what, guys? Should I open the episode with that sentence from me where I'm describing you? No context. Don't tell the story.
Yeah, and if you want, you post like the bonus episode. If you offer to explain the context if you get paid $5 or something.
Oh, yeah, I would love to do that, but nobody will actually do it.
That's
So,
true.
like,
That's
I'll
true.
just
Maybe
post
you
the
just
bonus.
just post
Yeah,
the bonus.
I'll just post the bonus episode for anyone who wants to hear.
But for now, it'll be a mystery. They'll have no context.
When I have more listeners, that's where I'll start being a true content creator and cruelly locking my juicy secrets behind the paywall. So on that note, hello everybody, and welcome back to Cape Corner, where supposedly we explore the history, story, and cultural impact of a different character or group every episode, but sometimes we just say a lot of shit. So, you know, I'm Blue.
I'm Jay.
And Jordan, are you there? Oh, did we lose him?
I think so. Yeah. He's feeling shy today. He doesn't want to record.
The timing on that. Oh. If I seem especially high energy, I was just telling him that I got woken up early this morning at like 4:30 in the morning, so I've been awake the whole time.
Oh, all right.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. I forgot I have to re-invite.
I think the ghost got me. I was just about to say with locking things behind paywalls that I think me and Arjan did that back at the beginning of the Fandom Optimists. We were like, if we get,
yeah, you did.
Like, I don't remember what it was. It was like $50 or something like that. It was like, we'll explain our inside joke for we're great with Windows.
And I oh, you just did. Oh, I cheated you out of 50 big ones because I was planning on like.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. That's a coincidence. That's not actually the reference.
Oh, well, I may have to spend $50 soon.
Yeah, no, we did all kinds of crazy shit in college. It was fun. We had a wild time.
You missed it. We were introducing our names, so because like I was like, I'm Blue, and then there was silence, and I was like, go, and he's like, I'm Jay, and there was silence again, and I'm like, and you were quiet. I was like, fucking Jordan, are you there? And then there was more silence, and I'm like, did he leave the call? And Jay's like, yeah, I think so. And then we just hear doom.
It was the ghost.
Yeah, it was the catchy ghost. I don't know if either of you watch enough Game Grumps to know that reference.
I do not.
No.
They were playing 8-ball pool, and Danny had mentioned that like whenever he uses voice to text, the phone will sometimes randomly change a word that he is saying to catch, catchy, or catcher. And Aaron was extremely adamant that it was a ghost, that they then dubbed the catchy ghost, who doesn't do anything threatening. He just will go around and whisper, catchy. Okay, so we're doing Kingdom Hearts today. We're finally on Kingdom Hearts 1. I know I technically have talked about multiple games in the past 2 episodes, but I'll probably just list them as like Key, then Birth by Sleep, and now 1. even though the first one was like Key and Birth by Sleep, and it was Birth by Sleep in 1, and now it's honestly probably just going to be the rest of 1. Who needs a recap? Who wants a recap
I do.
of the lore up until now? Okay, I did type out a handy little recap that gets the most important points pretty quickly. Okay. In the Age of Fairy Tales, the Master of Masters studied the X-Blade, the weapon which can access Kingdom Hearts, and created Keyblades in its image. His apprentices, the Foretellers, were manipulated into causing a great Keyblade war that split the one world into many and broke the X-Blade into 20 pieces, 7 of light and 13 of darkness. Many years later, Master Xehanort split the heart of a boy named Ventus in two, leaving him with a light half and creating Vanitas from his dark half. Xehanort made the two battle to forge the X-Blade, but Aqua and Mickey Mouse destroyed it at the expense of critically damaging Ventus's heart and killing Vanitas. Xehanort possessed Terra, then battled Aqua, who hid Ventus's body in their homeworld, now transformed into Castle Oblivion, a labyrinthine stronghold with shifting rooms that messes with people's minds. Aqua sacrificed her Keyblade Stormfall and her armor to send Terra Xehanort back into the realm of light as she fell into the realm of darkness. She is now trapped there, and a point that I forgot to mention in the last video, she's not weaponless. She has the Master Defender, which was Master Ericus' Keyblade. So she can still protect herself with that. The ruler of Radiant Garden, Ansem the Wise, now finds the amnesiac Xehanort and takes him in. And 10 years later, Xehanort has regained his memory. He has stolen Ansem's identity, banished Ansem to the realm of darkness, and turned himself and all of the other apprentices into nobodies, which form Organization 13, while the separated heart of Xehanort, now going by the name Ansem Seeker of Darkness, travels through time to give a mission to young Xehanort, Master Xehanort as a young lad. He then returns to the present to give cryptic warnings to Sora, the boy who Ventus's heart took refuge in to heal. Sora and his friends Riku and Kairi want to sail out to find other worlds, but the Heartless attack the island. Riku is excited to see other worlds, so he embraces the darkness, which can whisk him away. So the Kingdom Key, which was initially going to him, changes at the last second to go to Sora. Sora finds Kairi, and she phases through him before disappearing. And now you're caught up.
Okay.
Do you have any other reminders that you want before I move on?
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm good too.
Cool. So, Destiny Islands is getting pretty fucked up. They were inside the cave with all the drawings and everything when Kairi vanished, and Sora sort of gets blasted out of it. And landing back on the shore, he now sees that has been wiped out. Floating platform of sand within a void, with the ball of darkness overhead getting bigger and bigger. And now he is confronted with a dark side, which is a very big, heartless, that really is not nearly as aggressive as it should be. Like, it is really slow with its attacks. Like, it's just like, I'm just here vibing, I'm gonna take my time. Ow, stop hitting me. One of those types. Sora is still very new with this Keyblade, but he does enough damage to like stun it, and in its stunned state, the gravity of the ball of darkness overhead sort of slurps it up. It just sort of drifts upward and then goes into it, and it seems to increase the gravity. And Sora is now desperately clinging to like a canoe that is half buried in sand, but eventually he loses his grip and seems to get sucked into the ball of darkness as the last of the Destiny Islands is destroyed. So the world Traverse Town, which is that haven world for people who survived the destruction of their world, Donald and Goofy are now there in new outfits, that are different from their official Disney Castle attire. And you might recall Mickey Mouse is out on a mission to figure out why worlds are disappearing, why stars are blinking out. And he gave Donald and Goofy instructions to find a man named Leon. He should point them to a key bearer that they're meant to follow. And they look up and they go, "Look, a star is going out." And we see a star blink out of the night sky. Destiny Islands is no more. Yeah, like right from the outset, this game tackles death like pretty well. Like I should say Titus, Selphie, and Waka from Final Fantasies 10 and 8, they're dead. Like like they're gone. Like I guess I'll say spoiler alert, like they come back later, but it's like for now, like it's not like they're in some coma, or it's like no, they've been consumed by darkness. They're gone. So although funnily enough, they did want to just reuse character models. So there is a boy who looks almost exactly like Titus in Traverse Town, just with brown hair and different colored clothes. I always thought that was funny. So Sora wakes up in an alley in a strange town with Pluto licking his face. Pluto sort of stowed away on the gummy ship with Donald and Goofy, and he found Sora, but the two of them weren't there. So Sora goes to start exploring Traverse Town, trying to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, in the final mixed version of the game, we see that Riku has woken up in the world that used to be Radiant Garden, but has now been taken over by the Heartless and by the Disney villains. Called is now renamed Hollow Bastion. And I guess I'll say that too. So I mentioned in the Birth by Sleep video, Master Xehanort actually told Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty that if she gathers the 7 princesses apart, she can attain ultimate power. So she's been on that. She has gathered a cabal of Disney villains, and they have so far captured Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So they need 3 more. There are 6 members of this Disney cabal, with Maleficent being one of them. I'm curious, keeping in mind this game came out in 2002, would you guys like to hazard a guess as to who the other 5 members are?
There are other Disney villains?
Yes.
Hades.
Yes.
Okay. Scar?
Nope.
Oh, that sounds like you'd be an awesome villain, though.
He does appear in Kingdom Hearts 2, but he's not a part of this cabal.
Wait, was Jafar already in it? Did I blink and miss Jafar's name?
You did not. He is in it. So
Okay, cool.
you've now confirmed Maleficent, Hades, and Jafar. There's 3 more.
All right, let's think here. I'm cycling through Disney movies. Captain Hook's too lovable. It's not Captain Hook.
No, he's in it.
Oh wow, it's Captain Hook. Okay. Cruella.
No. Though I will say the 101 Dalmatians are in this game.
Ooh.
Actually, as Sora is exploring Traverse Town, he finds Pongo and Perdita, the mother and father, in their own house. And you have to save their 99 puppies, which have been scattered around the worlds. You'll open a random treasure chest and 3 puppies will pop out. So there's really 33 sets of 3. that you have to collect among all the worlds.
Huh.
And as you collect more and more, Pongo and Perdita give you presents, and you can actually see the puppies start filling up the house.
Oh,
That's pretty
awesome.
cool. I like that.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and for the
Gotta
sake of
be
time-
gotta be Ursula, right?
yes, you are
Okay.
correct. But now you will never, ever, ever get the sixth villain.
Okay.
So I will tell you right now, it's Oogie Boogie.
Oh shit! Oh, that's so good though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
He's so fucking stupid too.
Yeah, I was gonna be thinking about the wrong form of animation this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Because like that's not even really a Disney movie. But
Yeah, it's like it technically is. It's just not like what we think of as the Disney classic animated features.
yeah. Well, I'll also tell you, starting with Kingdom Hearts 2, they bring Tron in, and the only reason
Tron.
that do you not know about Tron?
I know what it is. I just didn't know it had any connection to Disney.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It by technicality, it didn't, right? It was
Yeah.
Buena Vista Entertainment, but then they got bought by Disney.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now it's a Disney property.
So, have any Star Wars or superheroes?
No.
spin-offs?
Trust me, I've wanted it. I've been manifesting it. Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to
No.
Dude, the amount of want that I have had for a lightsaber keyblade.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, I'd give anything.
I've seen so many. Look, honestly, it's its own subgenre in Kingdom Hearts fans for fan-made keyblade designs. Like some of them are so fucking good. I followed a cosplayer specifically because she was posing with a Sailor Moon keyblade.
I saw that. I saw that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, love it. Well, anyway, so what I was saying is that Riku wakes up in Hollow Bastion. He wakes up in the coolest fucking area called Rising Falls, which is imagine that there's a pit in the middle of an ocean, and the water at the bottom you can stand on, and the sides of the pit are waterfalls that are going up. And it's got floating rock platforms that you can you hop from platform to platform to get up out of the pit.
I feel like you paused expecting us to be surprised to hear about a waterfall flowing up in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no reaction, so I was like, all right, I'll just move on.
I just took it as, yeah, okay. I'm waiting for the next sentence.
It was just, look, I think it's cool imagery, all right? Like, just some of us appreciate that shit.
Oh, it's
No, it's-
really cool.
It's cool. It's just
Don't pander to me.
you would expect it in this game.
Anyway, fucking all right, but yeah, so it should be noted, I see people treat Riku like he's just a bastard boy in the first game, but like the first thing he does when he wakes up, because like he was so eager to like nibble in that darkness, like to get out of the world, and so you expect him to be like, haha, I'm in a new world. It worked. No. First thing he does when he looks around is he starts screaming for Sora and Kairi because he's freaking out that they're not there with him.
Oh.
Like, he's not malicious. He's just immature. And it's like, yeah, he's like 14. But yeah, we quickly see that Maleficent spots him as she's just kind of like, ooh. But yeah, going back to Sora. So he winds up first, I should say Traverse Town is split into 3 districts. The first district is like the main like shopping / plaza area. Not to say that there aren't other stores in the second district, but there's like a weird hat store, I think, that we see. And there's like a hotel. But like the actual shops that are inhabited that you can actually buy things from are in the first district. And the first district is the only safe one. You go into the second district, you run the risk of encountering a Heartless. And in fact, the first time Sora goes into the second district, he sees a man fall over as his heart exits his body disappears, and the heart turns into a soldier, which is a slightly upgraded version of a Heartless from the Shadow. It's basically just a Shadow that's now standing up straighter and it's got a little bit of armor on it. And it's very janky. Its movement is extremely twitchy. But yeah, so Sora winds up fighting his way through Heartless as he explores more and more of Traverse Town, narrowly missing encountering Donald and Goofy multiple times. It's very frustrating. But for eventually working his way back to District 1, and he then hears a voice say, they'll come at you out of nowhere, and they'll keep coming at you as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade. And Sora's like, what? And the voice is like, but why? Why would it choose a kid like you? And we're not seeing this person directly at first. Like, we're seeing them from like the mouth down and stuff. And the person's like, never mind, let's see that Keyblade. And Sora's like, there's no way you're getting a hold of this. And he's just like, fine. And then the camera zooms out, and then we see that this is Leon, who is also known by Final Fantasy fans, some fans, as Squall Leonhart, Fantasy 8. So I should touch on the original intention of the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts. It was originally depicted like these could be the actual characters like from those Final Fantasy games, but they're just younger, so they haven't done their games yet, right? Mm-hmm. Leon is a very specific point, because now I'm not big on Final Fantasy in general. I know very little about 8. I'm only going based on what I've heard. I believe the story in Final Fantasy 8 is that Squall is like a prince of a nation which gets victimized by a hostile takeover, and he flees his nation, going into hiding under the codename Leon, so that people don't know he's Squall Leonhart. And that entire portion of his life, where he's on the run, is off screen until he returns old enough and strong enough to start taking his kingdom back. And that's when he reclaims his name as Squall Leonhart. But in Kingdom Hearts, specifically, if someone calls him Squall, he quickly corrects them to say that's Leon. So it's implied that this is during his traveling years. Mm-hmm. Similarly, again, Tidus and Waka, or Titus and Waka, however the fuck you pronounce their names, are much younger than they are in Final Fantasy X. Selphie is younger. Yeah, so, and it seems like the farther back the games go, the closer these characters are to their like realized versions, right? Like Cloud pops up in this game, and he already has beef with Sephiroth, but they have since altered this to say these are just alternate universe iterations of these characters who hit similar beats. The main reason being, in Kingdom Hearts 2, they really, really wanted to give Cloud and Tifa their Advent Children outfits, because Final Fantasy VII Advent Children had just come out. And Sephiroth is in that game. You can fight him, and Sora talks to him in cutscenes. But they didn't want Aerith to be dead, so she's just not. So this version of her never got killed. Though I guess now you could attribute that, well, maybe it's the remake version, because I guess the remake is doing the shit of like alternate timelines, from what I understand. I don't know. Because like I heard that she doesn't die at the end of the remake, and that these weird ghost things that are appearing are like, what are they called in the Flash? The
time wraiths?
Yes, thank you. They're basically like time wraiths, right? Okay. Like they're attacking citizenry because this is supposed to be like, this is like a branch timeline where shit's different.
Gotcha.
So, again, don't quote me on this. I didn't finish playing that game. I should. I know I should, but God, I fucking hate Cloud. I know that's going to get me castrated by the gaming community, but what a fucking edgy bitch. Oh. Anyway, so it doesn't matter if you win or lose against Leon. I should say he's got one of the coolest weapons. It's called the Gunblade. Okay, so imagine like a big sword, right? But you know how normally the hilt, the handle of the sword goes straight down from the blade.
Mm-hmm.
The handle actually comes off the blade at an angle, so that you can sort of hold the sword like a gun, and the actual guard is a revolver barrel.
Ooh, so we got some Ezra Bridger elements going on here.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't watch those.
You don't watch Rebels.
In Star Wars Rebels, the lead character builds a lightsaber, and the hilt is a blaster as well.
Oh, so they're doing gunblades too. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rebels does gunblades.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he pretty much, like, I think he can fire actual projectiles from it in like Final Fantasy VIII, but in this it's mostly just a conduit for him to shoot fireball spells out of.
Cool.
Yeah, it's still cool. So but yeah, it doesn't matter if you win or lose to him. If you lose, Sword just collapses. If you win, Sword's like, ah, I beat you, and then collapses. And it should be noticed that if you beat him, like Leon just sort of takes a knee, looking like a little bit stunned. And as soon as Sword collapses, he gets back up, and Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII shows up. It's like, oh, you're slipping, Leon. And he's like, I went easy on him. And I 100% agree, because I've seen this motherfucker fight in the Olympus tournament. He can be very active. When you fight him in Traverse Town, he literally has one of his hands in his pockets and is just slowly sort of striding towards you, occasionally hopping very far to close distance. But like, man, he's so casual in that fight.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So regardless, they actually take Sora and they take him to a hotel in the second district where they put him in the green room. Meanwhile, Donald and Goofy walking through Traverse Town get surprised by Aerith, who name drops the king. Like, are you friends with the king? And they follow her to the red room. And I should say, to continue blue balling us, like the red room and the green room of this hotel are not only next door to each other, they are adjoined by a door. You could literally, you don't even have to walk out into the hallway, walk next door, and then walk into the other room. You could literally just walk through this door into the other room. And yet Sora, Donald, and Goofy still will not meet here. Sora wakes up and he sees Kairi talking to him for a little bit about the Heartless. But when he's like, I'm glad you're all right, Kairi, she's like, what? Who's Kairi? I'm Yuffie. And then like there's like a flash and she sort of morphs into Yuffie. And it like at this point you could be like, sure, Sora, got his head hit a lot. And like they both have the same short hairstyle, and her face is similar to Kairi's. So he could have just like, filled in the rest of the details, like that. But there may in fact be a little bit more going on there. Maybe things are never quite simple and clean in Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, so he sees the Kingdom Key is on the other side of the room, and they explain like, yeah, the Heartless were tracking you specifically because you were holding on to the Kingdom Key all the time. Like you wouldn't let that shit go. So that's why they kept like ambushing you, because by the time you get back to the first district, they've even started popping up in the first district to attack Sora.
Wow.
And they're like, so we had to like knock you out and separate it from you. Now we can explain some things to you. And they start explaining the Heartless while Aerith is having the exact same conversation concurrently in the next room with Donald and Goofy. And they bring up Ansem, who was the leader of their world, who was studying the Heartless, who wrote a report. And again, we're getting into the full like confusing of the names territory here. They when they talk about the leader of their world, they talk about Ansem the Wise, but the report would be revealed in Kingdom Hearts 2. Other than Ansem Report 0, Ansem Reports, I want to say 1 through 12, I believe, that you can collect in this game, were all actually written by Xehanort. Because, again, he had assumed Ansem's identity. And it does matter because there's a lot of referring to, like, I did this, or, you know, like, I created this system, or whatever. So, for the purposes of the lore, if you ever play Kingdom Hearts 1, 1 through 12 is all the bad guy. But yeah, so they want to collect the Ansem reports, and it really will never matter to the plot. Again, it's just for the player to understand more lore. But at this point, Leon shows a very important function of the Keyblade. He grabs the Kingdom Key, holds it up like he's like wielding a weapon, and it just vanishes and then reappears inside Sora's hand. Nobody but its wielder can wield a Keyblade. I think I already mentioned that. So Sora now feels like he has been tasked with a burden that he didn't ask for, that he can't escape from, because he can't just give this Keyblade to someone else. It will always come back to him, which means he will always be under attack by Heartless. And so he is then like, what happened to my home, my island, Riku, Kairi? And Leon's like, you know what? I really don't know. And see, okay, because like Leon is also kind of edgy, right? But like he's so much better than Cloud, because he has moments where he's clearly like being a human being. And not just everything I say is a one-liner for a trailer. Again, I don't want to get too into Kingdom Hearts 2, but there's a bit later where they're literally side by side, Cloud and Leon, and they see where Sora was fighting, and there's like a massive explosion of light, and Leon's reaction is, oh God, Sora, Donald, Goofy, and fucking Cloud is like, don't worry. It'll take more than that to take those guys out. And he just walks away. It's like, shut the fuck up, Cloud. Let him be worried for his friends. Fuck. Watch, this will be the episode that makes me famous, and then everyone will hate me.
Yeah, this will, or maybe, you know, I mean, any results are results. You develop a cult following of people who despise Cloud.
Reject Cloud Strife, embrace Zidane, the best Final Fantasy character. Nobody even knows who Zidane is, and that's a fucking criminal offense. I bet you two nerds don't know who Zidane is, do you?
No.
Exactly. Fuck off.
To be fair, I didn't really know who Cloud was either, except I vaguely remember the name from Smash Bros. Ultimate.
But you've seen him. You've seen him all over the place. You can't escape from him.
Seen him on Smash Bros. Ultimate, but otherwise...
That counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, just know that he's an identity thief, and also, like, he's not depicted as to be like at this world-ending threat level, and yet for some reason they're always like, yeah, Sephiroth, who is shown blowing up planets and shit. Yeah, Cloud is the only one who can fight him. The fuck he is. Infuriating. Anyway, he's got a cool bike. He's got a cool sword. Okay. So skipping ahead a little bit, Leon and Sora wind up running through Traverse Town, fighting some Heartless, and Sora winds up in the 3rd district, and at this point, finally, Donald and Goofy are on a balcony overhead in the 3rd district, and they go to fight a Heartless, and they whiff, and it knocks them off the balcony, and they land on top of Sora. And while everyone's got the fucking dizzy cartoon eyes, which are spinning in their sockets, but when they refocus, then they see the key. And they're like, "Oh shit, the key!" But they have no time to celebrate. They're immediately beset by a wave of Heartless. They fight together, and then they fight a giant armor Heartless called Guard Armor.
Ooh.
And it's their first time, teaming up. And they work together. They defeat it. And that's when, they have the conversation. They're like, "We're looking for you. We need to follow you." Explain that we're trying to find our king. Sora's like, "Well, I'm trying to find my friends." And Goofy's like, "Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel." And Sora's like all bummed out. Like, even with Leon encouraging him, like, "Yeah, you should go with them, especially if you want to find your friends." Sora's like just upset. He's like, "Yeah, all right." And Donald's like, this is where they set a precedent for their relationship. Donald's like, "But you can't come along looking like that." I'm not doing the voice, by the way. Fucking, like, I can't. So.
Oh man, I was looking forward to that. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
No, it was terrible. Don't encourage.
That sounded exactly like it.
What do you mean? That doesn't sound like him.
You couldn't get the words out, but the sound sounded exactly like him.
It's almost more like Gollum that I'm doing, just high-pitched Gollum.
Yeah. My boy, Gollum.
Anyway, he's like, "But you can't come along looking like that. This boat runs on happy faces. No frowning, no sad face." And Sora's just like, "Happy?" And he's just looking down, and Leon's like, "Oh shit, might he be an edgy anime protagonist too?" But then Sora like lowers his head and then comes back up like, "Eee!" And I am now going to show you guys the 2 iterations of this face. Okay. First, from the actual game.
Clickety, clickety, clackety, clack, clack, click. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with him?
That's the face he makes. But if you think that's something special, take a look at the face.
How old is this character here?
He's like 12 or 13.
Okay, never mind.
But if you think that's special, take a look at the face he makes in the manga.
Oh. Okay.
Because he said,
I feel like that's better. I feel like that one's better.
He's like, "You gotta look funny like us," so he tries to look like them.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah. I guess I should also for posterity, like I'm sure you guys have like probably seen them, but I do want to show you what exactly we're dealing with. So this is Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1. This is what he looks like. Oh god, I see Jay is typing. What is this?
Oh, that was an accident.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to share something too. But yeah, so people pointed this out. Sora is designed to resemble Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
He's got the white gloves, got the red onesie outfit.
Big yellow shoes.
Yep. Oh god, I was going to show something else. What was it?
Is Mickey in the game?
At the very end, yes.
Okay.
They sort of they string you along until the very end to see Mickey.
Oh,
That's right.
I was thinking, oh, he's Mickey, like he's gonna be Mickey or something.
No. It's like I like that you're theorizing because that's like the main hobby of Kingdom Hearts fans. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the outfits for Donald and Goofy real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So starting with Donald, I'm going to first show you his official Disney Castle attire, and then what they change into to look more casual to not let on they're from other worlds, which is what they say, but it's still a talking duck and a talking dog, man. So, when you get to like Pirates of the Caribbean, I'd be a little bit like, you're not from around here, are you?
No, that's
So
okay.
here's his Disney Castle attire.
He blends in very well.
Well, again, that's not what he wears on the road.
Okay.
Like I said, that's specifically what he wears.
This is him living his best life.
Yeah, he is the court wizard, and here he is through 99% of the series.
Oh yeah, see that blends in much better. I would barely notice him.
It is a Tetsuya Nomura design, so he's got two useless zippers as well as a big zipper on his hat, which is held onto his head with a belt.
Why?
Zippers and belts are the big thing. You just got to get used to it.
Why?
Because zippers and belts are cool.
Not on a hat.
Well, you're correct. I apologize that this image is smaller, but here is Goofy's Disney Castle attire.
Okay, yeah.
He is the captain of the knights.
Right.
And here he is through most of the series.
I can hear listeners rage quitting because they can't see any of this.
Just Google it, man.
Yeah, Google with us.
Or if you're like already a fan of Kingdom Hearts, which would make sense if you're listening to this, like
That's
you already know what he looks like. Jordan, I will tell you specifically.
Captain America Shield.
Yes. He is the closest thing that you will get to Captain America, at least until we get New York as a world.
Okay.
Which is the other thing I've been manifesting, and it just hasn't happened yet. I swear to God. Kingdom Hearts.
So we don't have New York as a world, or we do?
No,
Okay.
we don't.
That's
God,
sad.
I
We
hate
should
that.
Why wouldn't you just put New York in it and let you play as Spider-Man?
The closest that we've gotten so far is Big Hero 6's San Francisco.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes,
and that's also Marvel. Cool. What the hell?
Yeah,
hell, Kingdom
exactly.
Hearts. Give us Iron Man.
I feel like people don't realize that Big Hero 6 started as a Marvel comic.
Yeah, it's got a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I've been actually trying to get Jay to watch Big Hero 6.
Jay, watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's great.
This is us bullying you. Do it. Jay, you've been quiet, actually. Are you okay?
Oh, no. Did we lose Jay?
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, no. The ghost got him.
Fuck off.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
I was talking. I guess y'all just couldn't hear me.
Oh, no. All right, cool.
What were your responses when I was showing these images then?
Well, when you're talking about not having New York as world, I said I would prefer the Death Star as world personally.
I want both. We deserve both. Give me a Spider-Man Keyblade and a lightsaber Keyblade.
That would be awesome.
Play as Spider-Man fighting Darth Vader.
Well, you can't do that. You have to be Sora fighting Darth Vader.
Well, that's
Spider-Man
fine.
can be on your
I'll
team.
accept that. I'll accept that.
I will say the Disney heroes often do join your team. In Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and all the other ones before 3, you have a 3-man party. And in a Disney World, there is one hero oftentimes who can join you, and you have to temporarily replace Donald or Goofy on your party to fit them in. So, like in Agrabah, you can take Aladdin instead of Donald.
Mhm.
But in Kingdom Hearts 3, and hopefully going forward, they just said, fuck it, you can have everyone. So if you're in
Sweet.
Toy Box, you can have Sora, Donald, Goofy, Buzz, and Woody all on a team fighting Heartless together. It's fucking great. I love it.
Wait, if you
Um,
get to have Buzz, do you get to be able to fight oh, what's
Zurg,
his name?
no,
Yeah. Oh,
unfortunately. I wanted it to, trust me.
that
Um,
would be awesome.
yeah. Uh, okay, like we're sort of taking a little bit too long with this, and I don't know how much detail I should go into with Kingdom Hearts 3 because like, or Kingdom Hearts 1 rather. The thing is, in most synopses of the story, they skip over all the Disney worlds, right? And like I can do that, but there are also like some lessons that Sora learns along the way. Like in Wonderland, which is the first intent that you visit after Traverse Town, they it's the like that's when Donald and Goofy are like, we can't meddle in the affairs of other worlds. You know, we're world travelers. It's against the rules. But as soon as Sora hears that the Queen of Hearts is going to execute Alice because she thinks that she's the one that tried to steal her heart, he immediately is like, hold it right there. And everything up until now that he has done, well intentioned as it may be, has been selfish, right?
Mhm.
I want to find my friends. I want to stop being attacked by the Heartless. But that's the first moment where he does something solely to help someone else. And he, boy, does he ride that train to being the best boy. Um, or like Olympus, meeting Hercules is what teaches him the values of, you know, being hero. And that's the first time where he decides that he's going to find strength through his friends, Donald and Goofy.
Mhm.
And Phil actually gets, you know, starts to be like, that's not what you're supposed to take away from this. But Hercules is like, of course, you know, your friends are your strength. You know, that's valid, right, Phil? And he's like, sure. Also, Hercules is voiced by Sean Astin in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's very weird. Like, I love Sean Astin. Samwise Gamgee is far better than Frodo Baggins. Don't
Mhm.
at, but it's just weird when you also get Hercules' actual voice actor in all of the later games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So going back in that one, and he's like, well, you're just going to have to find it out the same way I did. I'm just, Christ, that's not what Hercules sounds like. But you know what? I'll go ahead and gloss over most of what happens. So the key things I'll say is that while trying to travel to a new world from Agrabah, you encounter Monstro the whale from Pinocchio, who is just flying through space eating shit, and he swallows you guys. And inside Monstro's stomach, oh wait, before that, I should say the second time you visit Traverse Town, some Heartless pop up. Sora's about to fight him, but then a strange blade slashes through them, and he quickly sees it is Riku holding the blade. I'll go ahead and also like take this opportunity to show you what Riku looks like. So this is Riku, and he's really cool.
Oh,
And
cool.
he, at this point, has a weapon called the Soul Edge, which is not the Soul Calibur one. In case you are aware of that, it's not that. But it does have a similar aesthetic. That's his official artwork from Chain of Memories. So
Oh, I like that sword.
it's really cool, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
will you take a look at the guard of the blade? What is that? A strange blue feline eye? Pop quiz to see if you've been paying attention over the past couple months. Do you remember what that is?
Something bad.
Is it the
Thanks.
is it the Cheshire Cat's eye?
No,
Okay.
you both fail. The Master of Masters manifested a Keyblade called No Name, which had a gazing eye, and anything that the eye
Oh.
perceived in the future, he could see in the past.
That's pretty cool.
And like I said, he somehow developed the ability to have other people manifest Keyblades with gazing eyes. So I should note there's no keychain on this. This is not a Keyblade, but it is a sort of proto Keyblade.
Mhm.
It's implied that Maleficent gave him the power to create this weapon, and because his heart wasn't ready to make its own Keyblade yet, it sort of created this halfway weapon. It's a sword, but later on, elements of this sword would transform into his first Keyblade, which I will now show you is called Way to the Dawn. And I fucking love, like, this is the sort of edgy shit that I like. Look at this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
I like
because
how it has the angel wing.
I was going to say Riku's entire story is learning that he is well attuned to darkness, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. He can use darkness for the side of good.
Mhm.
Kingdom Hearts actually takes a very Taoist philosophy, which I love, because if there's any like religion that I would subscribe to, it's Taoism.
Mhm.
Which, for those of you who aren't aware, is yin yang. It's the idea that everything in nature finds a balance between positivity and negativity. You can't have cold without hot. You can't have tall without short. You can't have good without evil. You can't have life without death.
I've always thought that's a really cool way to look at the world.
Yeah, and I find it's true. Like, whenever I have a bad day, I remind myself that, you know, having this bad day will make me appreciate the next good day I have. If you had nothing but good days, that would be the baseline and you would be unimpressed. Oh, I stumbled across $1,000 in the street today. Whatever. Throw it on the pile. It's just another day. Like, it wouldn't matter to you.
Right.
You need to have the opposite effect hit you from time to time so you can appreciate the different extremes. It's a very philosophical, quasi religion where it's like there is duality to everything in life, and you should not seek to only achieve one side of that duality, but instead temper both sides. Like
So you're a gray Jedi, is what you're
yes.
saying.
The whole thing with Ericus, the master from Birth by Sleep, Xehanort is the bad guy, but he's not necessarily wrong in regards to Ericus being oppressively light-based.
Right.
He is so demanding in discipline that any slight inkling of darkness that his students may show, he like gets super like I don't want to say triggered, but kind of triggered by it. Like literally when Terra shows up to save Ventus's life and he shows like darkness, aptitude ready to protect his friend, Eric like, has the darkness taken you? I've got to kill you too. And it's like, do you not see that the dark guy here protecting his friend might actually be the good one in this equation? So, yeah. Anyway, so Sora's happy to see that Riku's okay, but he gets distracted with Donald and Goofy. And Riku also seems like a little bit irritated because Sora, while he's like, "Don't worry, you can follow me just like before, Sora. We'll find Kairi and we'll get." And then as he's talking, a Heartless is about to jump him, and Sora cuts it down immediately with the Keyblade. And Donald and Goofy are gassing him up, and Riku sort of disappears during their conversation. And it seems that Riku is sort of feeling jealous because he's always been used to being like the one that everyone can rely on. Sora has always been sort of a little brother figure to him who, needs Riku to protect him. And seeing everyone talk about how great Sora is sort of made Riku start to feel invalidated. And it's only worsened when you see later that Maleficent is with him and she's manipulating the shit out of him, saying, you see, it's just like I told you. While you toiled away endlessly trying to find your friend, he simply replaced you with a couple of new friends. And Riku is kind of an allegory for an abuse victim in the series, because he gets manipulated so badly by these adult characters. And in future games, so Ansem Seeker of Darkness is a big manipulator for him. Later on in the game, he actually winds up possessing Riku's body. And because Xehanort just loves possessing, young men like that. It's really creepy. But later games, Riku literally struggles to not become Ansem.
Interesting.
And it's like a metaphor, right? For you've been a victim of abuse and it's weighed so heavily on you that you now feel inclined to do the same things that your abuser did to you. You're trying not to become them, but it feels harder every day. And God, I love Riku. I want to give him a hug. But in this game, he is largely presented as an antagonist. So I'll try to focus on that for now. Just know that I do love Riku, and if you say anything bad about him, I'll find you. Okay. But yeah, when you're in Monstro, you run into Riku again, and he's like on track to just take Pinocchio. And he's like a puppet who's lost his heart to the heartless. Maybe he can provide answers for us how to help someone who's lost theirs. At that point, Sora's like, wait a minute. Are you talking about Kairi? Have you found Kairi? Is she okay? And he's like, why do you care? You're so busy going from world to world showing off that Keyblade these days. It's not like she matters to you. And it's like, that's clearly not true, because one of the main reasons he's going from world to world showing off that Keyblade is because he's trying to find Kairi. But everything starts to come to a head in Neverland, which I should say in Kingdom Hearts 1, you're never actually in Neverland. The world thing says Neverland, but it starts with the Gummy ship getting taken by Captain Hook's ship, which is flying through Gummy space. So you start just on the ship, and then when it lands, you never actually like touch down on Neverland. You later on go to London, but never Neverland. So that name is a lie. Was there? Oh, I guess I'll also say along the way, Sora has like killed, the other villains. Oogie Boogie, he got split open and all the bugs fell out before he turned into his own house. Yeah,
Okay.
that happened. It was weird. Like the power of darkness or some shit used his weird burlap sack body with his giant manor, and so you had to climb it and like hit these dark bubbles and destroy the building, and him is whatever. Ursula. The thing that Kingdom Hearts does that irritates me is that sometimes they will do the same exact plot point. Atlantica is very egregious for this. She steals the trident and turns giant in Kingdom Hearts 1, but then they also do the events of the movie in Kingdom Hearts 2, which means she once again steals the trident and turns giant.
Oh.
So she dies twice. Literally in Kingdom Hearts 2, they don't even explain how she came back, They don't bother. If you read her entry in Jiminy's journal, it just says the power of darkness revived her. Why? How? What do you mean? Who did it? You can't just come back. But she did, so fuck it, whatever. Like, they never say, like, Maleficent brought her back, because Maleficent brings back Oogie Boogie. But they never said she did that to Ursula, so fucking whatever. Ursula gets impaled, it's cool. Oogie Boogie is dead. Hades, at this point, you could feasibly be strong enough to beat him in the Hades Cup of the Olympus Coliseum, because you go back there to fight in various tournaments. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Jafar is actually the first one that you beat. He turns into the genie and gets trapped in the lamp. That boss fight sucks because you don't actually fight Genie Jafar. He's just throwing lava rocks at you. You got to focus on Iago, who's carrying the lamp, and just smack him over and over and over and over until you beat Iago, and then you win because you trap him in the lamp. It's just you beating a parrot for 5 minutes.
Animal abuse.
Yeah, well, but he's voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, so fuck him.
Oh, okay. I don't know why this just reminded me of a scene from the sitcom Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But there's a scene where one of the characters is named Amy Santiago.
Yeah.
And at some point, Jake says Santiago, and he goes, "Emphasis on Iago, you backstabber." And she says, "I'm surprised you've read Othello." And he goes, "What the hell is Othello? I'm probably the parrot from Aladdin." That was really funny.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that's good. As a side note, if we're talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine real quick, if anyone is curious about whether or not they will like this show, look up Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I Want It That Way. It's cold open.
That's it. That's all you need to know, and then you'll probably go watch it.
Yeah. Watch that clip. Know that it's a cold open that happens before the credits go, and decide whether or not that show is your cup of tea based on that.
I adore that. It's the funniest thing I've ever watched. I really love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I love that show.
Yeah. I actually, you know what? You guys might hate me for this. I've never seen past season 2.
Really?
Honestly,
you've never even seen the actual episode that cold open was from?
No,
because it's from season 5.
Here's the problem: is that season 3 came out when my executive dysfunction hit.
Gotcha.
For multiple years, and since then I've wanted to catch up, but it's been years since I watched the first 2 seasons, so I want to rewatch the first 2 seasons, and then I need to actually. Because it's not on any streaming platform I have. I don't want to buy like Hulu or something just for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's only on Hulu. I think it's is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix in like Canada.
I'm not getting Netflix. That's done.
It's on Netflix in Canada, but not in the US, I think.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone's listening, unsubscribe to Netflix for me. Thanks. If you're still with Netflix, keeping in mind that the only shows I actually cared about from them anymore was like the Transformers Cybertron trilogy, and that's probably it. They decided to fuck over trans people. That's not cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind up having to buy the entire CW Arrowverse somehow because they have all of it on Netflix. And I'm like,
you're gonna have to explain more about that because that's the first I'm hearing about it.
Wait, really? You missed all that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so long story short, I used to really love Dave Chappelle, but like he went from making jokes about everyone and being like, if you really think that your people are better than these other people, then you're an idiot because we all suck, we're all stupid, we're all silly. So he went from that to, no, I actually don't like trans people. He started making jokes about trans people, started comparing their genitals to ground beef, was making fun of a trans woman who got murdered.
Really?
Yeah. And then when a bunch of trans people were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He started talking about cancel culture and stuff, even though whenever you are sort of like, they're canceling me, like you're saying this on your public platform. Clearly that's not the case.
Cancel. God, I hate. Okay, so just a quick aside. I hate anyone who unironically uses the term cancel culture because it's not real. There is
It's
no
really
cancel
not.
culture.
Like there are people, sure, like there are people out there who will attempt to like direct hatred at you for things that like are not bad, but that's not the same thing as like being professionally canceled by the woke mob.
Yeah, like 50,000 people on Twitter calling Anthony Mackie an asshole for insisting that Sam and Bucky are friends instead of lovers. That's not cancel culture. Yeah, they're probably trying to quote unquote cancel it, but it's not cancel. He experienced no ill effects from that. Nothing happened to him. And if you did something bad enough that you do experience ill effects for it to your career, that's not cancel culture either. That's a valid consequence to whatever you did.
Yeah. Like, say if you called a bunch of black senators monkeys.
Yeah, you've not been canceled.
No,
experienced a consequence.
Well, yeah, but literally the entire reason they started calling it cancel culture is because Roseanne got her show canceled.
For saying that.
Yes, and it's like, yeah, that was deserved. What the
that's
fuck
a consequence.
Did you think you were doing?
That's not.
She didn't. She did a fucking episode about racism and how it's bad in the old version of the show. So what the fuck? Anyway, the point is, so when a lot of trans people were trying to be like, hey, Netflix, can you pull Dave Chappelle's bullshit from your line of shows? Not only did they not do that, they fired a bunch of their trans employees.
What the fuck?
Seriously?
I knew that they were like not gonna pull down the thing because but that's an extra step there that I did not know about.
Yep, they took a hard stance there, so I'm taking a hard stance. Fuck Netflix.
Yeah, I gotta go buy the whole CW Arrowverse.
Yeah,
because they have all of it, and I'm sad that they have all of it. I want it all to go to HBO Max.
It probably will.
This podcast brought to you by HBO Max.
Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me. Ad break.
Okay. Jordan, I feel like every episode I'm in with you, you're always talking about HBO Max.
I know. With Blue and I realized that every single episode I've like somehow found an accidental way to mention HBO Max. So I started the running joke that this podcast is brought to you by HBO Max.
We made a Cape Corner drinking game.
Oh yeah.
It was like anytime I go on a socio-political rant, anytime he brings up HBO Max,
we got anytime a 2-for-1. We did them both at the same time.
Anytime I bring up how much I hate Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh Lord.
This episode.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna die. This is fun. I love when episodes do this and just go crazy. Let's backtrack. How do we get here? We were talking about. Oh, yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Go watch it. Season 8. Oh, I don't know. I just had to say this before we get off of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I remember now. It was that. Show's over now. And man, it was tough to get through season 8 because season 8 was filmed post George Floyd stuff.
Yeah, that's why they stopped doing it, because they said
that's
we think that the time for comedy about police officers is over right now. Given the current climate, we need to take that shit more seriously.
Yeah, and they did. There were a few episodes in season 8, and season 8 was only like 10 episodes, and like a third of them were like not quite like there were still some jokes, but they were like legitimately acknowledging some of this stuff, and like the main characters now having to question whether or not it's inherently evil to participate in the system of being a police officer.
Damn,
it was like
that was part of why I wasn't like immediately getting back onto watching it, because I was like, the whole being a cop thing hits different now. But if
Yeah.
they're even addressing it, then I'm like, you know what?
They
I like
kind of
every-
address it. One of the main characters quits because she decides, I literally can't be part of this anymore. And
Oh,
you know,
please tell me it's Rosa.
it is. And
Yes.
and
It's great.
and Jake, the main character, is kind of not sure how to feel. He wants to keep doing good, but he's kind of starting to realize that the whole system's messed up. And so it's an interesting thing, and they still managed to make me laugh after they made me cry. They're very good. The writers of Brooklyn Nine-Nine are very good at this kind of thing.
It was some of the best comedy that I've seen for like a network television show for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Anyway.
one last thing. We appreciate Terry Crews. I remember a couple years ago, I saw on TV while I was at my workplace that he, had come out about the sexual harassment he went through, and like one of my coworkers was like, "Fucking, he can't be sexually harassed. Look at him." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Nobody can overpower him. He's a giant black man." And I was like, "He's not his own boss." Like, someone used a position of like status and authority over him to manipulate him. They're just like fucking saying that like if The Rock showed up and a petite police officer with a fucking shotgun was like stripped, that he would somehow be able to like punch her bullets out of the air.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not
and I remember listening to I listened to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine podcast, and I heard Terry Crews was on it at some point, and he was saying that, you know, because he's so huge and a black dude, that it's like, man, he's got to be extra careful. He can't lash out at anyone. He's like, yeah, I mean, if I threw that guy across the room, something terrible happens to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, that's a great point that I hadn't thought about. That dude's. I'm really glad that he came out with all that.
Yeah, I think that was important. All right, I'm gonna try to get us back onto Kingdom Hearts.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, that's probably in the title of the episode.
All right. I can only add "and the kitchen sink" to so many episodes, guys. Okay. Neverland. They're on Captain Hook's ship. Peter Pan's a dickhead. Fuck him.
Oh, so they make Peter Pan an asshole in this too?
Like literally, he shows up. He's trapped in the ship's hold. Sordal and Goofy get thrown in. And they're like, "Hey, you want to work together?" He's like, "I don't need your help. My good pal Tinkerbell is going to get me out." She shows up, but she's like mad because he's still fawning over Wendy, so she just leaves and doesn't help him. It's like, "No, Tink, I need you to help me get out." And then you just hear, and Sora's just like cockily holding the Keyblade, which again can unlock any lock.
Yeah.
And then like Sora offers a handshake. Peter offers a handshake, goes, "I'm Peter Pan," and then as Sora reaches in for the handshake, Peter immediately takes the hand away. It's like, "Okay, we're working together, but only until I find Wendy."
So he's a good guy, but he's just kind of a dick.
Yeah, like he abandons them to fight Captain Hook and get fucked up as soon as he finds Wendy, but he does show up at the last possible moment to help make the save with them.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that they pulled a Once Upon a Time and made Peter the villain.
No, because
which was brilliant,
still the
by
Disney
the way.
Interpretation. I want to say I don't like the Disney version of Peter Pan because it is so counterintuitive to what the actual point of the story is. In Disney, they made it so that it's like the idea of Neverland is that you can always be a kid at heart, and that you don't ever really need to grow up and be a lame adult like what other people, like you're doing your taxes and everything. And it's like, that is fine, but the original
I internalized that. We're all here on this podcast because of that.
but the actual point of Peter Pan, the book, was that if you don't ever grow up, you're just an asshole. Peter
Yep.
teaches Lost Boys how to fly and then doesn't teach them how to land, so he laughs when they fall to the ground and break their legs.
Yeah, I thought it was in Once Upon a Time. It was really cool that that Peter Pan is the villain, and he's like, you know, he kind of keeps this cult on Neverland, and he's been, you know, he like tortured Captain Hook because he had all these extraordinary powers, and it's like Captain Hook was never a problem. He was just exploring and got lost and encountered this psychotic cult leader who can fly.
It sounds like Peter Pan mixed with Lord of the Flies.
It very much is. Like the Once Upon a Time Peter Pan arc is really pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, now it also Neverland marks a big turning point for Sora's abilities. So throughout the game, in addition to Keyblade combat, he has been learning magic from Donald and Merlin. Sword in the Stone, Merlin. I always get that confused with Black Cauldron. And also the Fairy Godmother has helped him learn summoning magic. So he's been learning from magical tutors. By the end of the game, so do you guys know the Final Fantasy magic system, like the tiers of magical power?
No.
Okay, so the first level of a spell has a very literal name. The second level adds either an A or like an RA, and then the third level adds Ga. So as an example, Sora learns Fire, which later gets upgraded to Fira, and then finally Firaga.
Okay.
Or like Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga. Thunder, Thundara, Thundaga. Cure, Cura, Curaga. Stuff like that. And two of the spells he learns, in addition to already being able to stop time with Stopka, which is, pretty impressive. He learns Arrow, which is wind magic that in Kingdom Hearts 1 takes the form of him making a barrier of wind around him that can also damage enemies while also cushioning blows that hit him. But in later games, it can just make like a little whirlwind of localized, wind. And he also learns Graviga, which allows him to manipulate gravity on enemies. The combination of those spells being mastered as well as learning to fly in Neverland changes his physiology for games going forward. In Super Smash Bros., when Sora was revealed to be the final character, Sakurai said that Sora is one of the lightest characters in the game, being lighter than Pikachu, who's like 20 pounds or something. And the reason is that in Kingdom Hearts 2 and going forward, Sora is floaty as fuck in combat. Kingdom Hearts 1, if he does a jumping combo, he jumps, hits you 3 or 4 times, and then lands on the ground. But in Kingdom Hearts 2 going forward, as long as he's got a target in the air, the force of his upswings mean he will never hit the ground.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And it's like, even if he doesn't currently have the ability to glide, because like he can only fly either specifically in Neverland or in worlds that are like large void areas. Otherwise he can glide, right? But even if he can't glide, he's just floating. So I have personally headcanoned it that the combination of wind, gravity, and flight has changed him to have a floatier physiology. But yeah, Riku shows up. He's actually traveling with Hook. They went somewhere and found Kairi's body, and Kairi is just there as a vegetable. They say that she doesn't have her heart, and it's weird because any other time up until now, if someone loses their heart, they become heartless. But she's not. Her body's there. It's not a nobody. It's just her body. There's no heartless of her visible. Also, Riku has now been, tapping more into the darkness. Maleficent gave him like a power boost and everything. At the point where Sora and them are all busting out, he actually opens a portal. He opens a corridor of darkness and just leaves. And he shows back up in Hollow Bastion, and Maleficent is like, "That was reckless. You can't just be traveling through the darkness without a vessel of some sort. The darkness will take your heart." And he's like on all fours, and he's like sweating really hard and panting. Clearly, like it took a lot out of him to do that.
Mhm.
But he's getting a little too cozy with darkness, is the point. And what's really cool is that after they beat Captain Hook, and Riku leaves, like Sora's sort of like at the bow of the ship looking out, and Donald and Goofy are worried for him, but his response actually surprises them. He's like, "I can't believe it. I really flew. Wait until I tell Kairi. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not." And I should also say he's been going from world to world sealing keyholes. I said that every world has its own heart. A keyhole is a sort of doorway to the heart of that world. And if the Heartless gain access to the keyhole, then they corrupt the world and destroy it, like what happened to Destiny Islands. And by locking those keyholes, not only does he keep the Heartless from destroying the world, it actually locks access to that world so that more Heartless can't come in. So he's protecting these worlds. And ultimately, he managed to get information from Captain Hook before they beat him that Riku took Kairi to Hollow Bastion. So they go there. And when Sora first gets there, Riku is having a showdown 1v1 with the Beast, who says that he's there for Belle. And Riku's like, "All right, you don't have any vessel. You don't have any help from the Heartless. How did you get here?" It's like, "I simply believed. I believed that I would see Belle again, and my heart led me here. So she has to be here." And Riku at this point is being an asshole. He's like, "Come and take her if you can." And then he injures Beast and is about to finish him off, and Sora runs up to protect him. And he's like, "All right, enough of this shit. Let the Keyblade decide who it wants to be with." And he like reaches out and starts exerting his will. And Sora suddenly feels the Keyblade start to pull away from him, and he has to struggle to hang on to it before it vanishes out of his hand. And I should say, whatever keychain you have equipped, whether it's the Tarzan Keyblade or the Lady Luck Keyblade from Wonderland or whatever, it stays in these cutscenes. But when it vanishes from Sora's hand and it goes to Riku, it just turns back to the normal Kingdom Key, because these keychains are representative of specifically Sora's experiences in these worlds or meeting these people. And Riku doesn't share those, so he doesn't have access to those keychains. But yeah, so Sora's like, "What? That's not fair. I'm the one who fought my way here with the Keyblade." And Riku says the legendary line, "You were just the delivery boy." And Sora falls to his hands and knees. And as if that's not bad enough, Donald and Goofy then leave Sora because they have to follow the bearer. And they seem upset about it, but they don't linger too long. They're like, "All right, well, we gotta go. Sorry, Sora." And they just leave him. So now he has no weapon to fight the Heartless with. And he doesn't have his allies. And as one last insult, when they were on Destiny Islands, they would always fight with these little wooden swords, toy swords. And a fun bit of characterization. Sora really likes pirates, which makes sense. Growing up, the most adventurous things he ever heard was stories from sailors. So he fought with this little wooden sword pretending to be a pirate. A lot And while that doesn't really show too much with Captain Hook, a little bit, he's just excited to be on a pirate ship, though he hates Hook. Later on, when he meets Jack Sparrow, he gets so excited to be around pirates. But yeah, Riku's like, here, go play hero with this, and he just tosses him that toy sword. And leaves. And then Beast starts to get back up, and at that point, Sora finally gets up and runs over to him. Is like, "Don't try to get up. You're injured." And Beast is like, "Why are you here?" He's like, "What?" And he's like, "I came here to find Belle. I'm not leaving without her." And at that point, Sora like regains his resolve, and he runs over and he picks up that little wooden sword. And he's like, "Yeah, I came here to save someone too. Let's go." And so you team up with Beast, and Sora can still do magic, but because his MP is like very limited in the first game, you can only have so many ethers, you can only cast so many spells. So you really have to rely on Beast a lot to get through like the initial of Hollow Bash. Make your way into the castle. Beast actually gets like locked out for a bit. He gets drawn away by the image of Belle, but it was like an illusion, and they shut him. So Sora is there alone with Riku, Donald, and Goofy. And at this point, Riku has like a dark mode where his clothes change. And I'll also say that when I show you this outfit that he has is similar to Vanitas, made out of Ventus's heart. Here you go. So that's his dark mode outfit.
I like that.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I like it a lot.
And for the sake of comparison, I brought him up. I know we're not talking about Vanitas right now, but this is Vanitas.
That Keyblade, though.
While I'm at it, I told you that he looks like a Sora. This is Vanitas without his mask.
Oh shit.
Oh.
But anyway, so yeah, Riku is there, and he's like, "You have no weapon, fight me." And Sora's like, he's like, "If you lose your heart," and Sora's like, "You're wrong. I won't lose my heart." Fucking sorry, this part's a little hard for me to remember. Riku's like, you'll be consumed by darkness, and Sora's like, "No, my body may fall, but I'll still have my heart." Riku's like, "Your heart? What can that do for you?" Sora's like, "It may be weak, but my heart, every experience I've had, every friend I've made along the way, as long as they think of me from time to time, I'll never really die." And Riku's like, "All right." And he fires a fucking dark ball at Sora. Anything but like tense up and grit his teeth and closes his eyes. And at the last second before it hits him, like the dark ball dissipates. When like the smoke clears, we see Goofy is standing in front of him with the shield. And he's like, "Sora ain't going nowhere." And he's like, he basically says, I know, well, because Riku's like, "You would betray your king," and Goofy's like, "Of course not. But through all of these travels, Sora, well, he's become one of my best friends. So I'm not going to betray Sora either." And he looks at Donald. He's like, "See you later, Donald. Could you tell the king I'm sorry?" And to which Donald's like, "We'll tell him together." And he runs over to join them. And Sora looks at Riku and gives the famous line from the series, "I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power." And at that moment, the Keyblade vanishes out of Riku's hand, much to his surprise, and goes back to Sora.
Cool.
And it's like originally this weapon chose Riku. He's already been bequeathed by a master level Keyblade wielder. He's strong and he's smart and he's always been very strong of heart. But through all of this manipulation, Riku lost his way. And Sora, who never had a very strong character, you know, and I don't mean this in terms of writing. I mean in terms of like his like own personality and willpower and everything. Through all of this adventuring, he found his own strength, and so the Keyblade was like, no, he was the right person to be with after all. And Sora never loses that shit again. And so they fight Riku. They actually, drive him off, and Riku runs away, and we see him running down the halls, and he's having like a crisis. He's like, why? It was mine. Why did it leave me? How could they beat me? I don't get it. And that's when gross burlap sackman and some Seeker of Darkness pops up again. He's like, it left you because you were weak. And Riku's like, are you saying that his heart was stronger than mine? He's like, in that instant, it was. But it's a simple fix. Open yourself to darkness. Become darkness itself. And Riku does it. And he's just like, cool, I'm going to possess you now. He does. He just possesses Riku. Again, he has a heart devoid of a body. And so we see Riku, he speaks with two voices, and it's actually Ansem talking through him. And when Sora and company show up to fight Maleficent, they beat her. Quote unquote, Riku shows up now with a new Keyblade. Because, okay, so they're trying to make a special keyhole here in Hollow Bastion. They're using the Princesses of Hearts hearts. I should say, throughout the game, they also captured Alice from Alice in Wonderland and Jasmine from Agrabah. So they have 6 of the 7 Princesses of Heart. They're trying to transform Hollow Bastion's keyhole to create something called the Door to Darkness. This door would essentially align the cosmology of the universe so that if you go through the door, it leads you into the realm of darkness along a path. If you go straight through that path, on the other side, Kingdom Hearts is right there. It's not well explained. It's extremely abstract in the first game. Really figure it out later, but that's the case. The Door to Darkness leads you through the realm of darkness into Kingdom Hearts. So that's what they're trying to do, bypassing the X-Blade completely. However, with only 6 of the princesses, the keyhole is incomplete. And because it's incomplete, that also means that it can't be sealed like a complete keyhole can. But they've used the 6 hearts that they do have to merge them into this Keyblade of Hearts, which is especially well versed in manipulating hearts. Sora, Donald, and Goofy show back up. They're ready to finish Maleficent off. Riku proclaims that he is Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. And then he goes, observe! And he just stabs Maleficent. And we see a pool of darkness start to expand across her chest. And he's just grinning, and he's like, open yourself to darkness. And then he pulls it out and then like leaves. And she just starts laughing maniacally before transforming into a dragon. So he unlocked the darkness in her heart. You kill her when she's a dragon. You go further in front of the keyhole. That's when Ansem reveals, no, actually we do have all 7 princesses of heart. Problem is the last one doesn't have her heart. And that's when Sora realizes that Kairi is the 7th princess of heart. And he's like, return the princess's heart. Throughout the game, Sora has been seeing hallucinations of Kairi. And it turns out, in the beginning, when she phased through him, her heart actually hid inside of Sora. So she has actually been with him the entire time. uh, and uh, he winds up fighting with this Ansem possessed Riku, driving him back. He drops the Keyblade of Hearts before disappearing. And when Sora goes to lock the keyhole, again, it's not complete, so he can't do anything with it. The Heartless are, becoming more and more numerous. It's a bad time all around. And then Sora looks down at the Keyblade, and he walks over, he picks it up, and Donald and Goofy are like, wait, what are you doing? And he just looks over at them and gives a big smile before committing seppuku. He runs himself through the chest with this Keyblade, and this like piano music starts playing. The Keyblade of Hearts like floats backwards, and then it breaks into the 6 hearts, which all return to the princesses, who each wake up. We see Kairi's heart exit Sora, and she wakes up, and he smiles. And in slow motion, Donald starts screaming for Sora and trying to run towards him. Kairi gets up, immediately is like, oh my god, Sora! She runs forward to try and catch him, and he just, like, his body seems to break apart into a bunch of sparkles. And Sora sacrifices his life to save all of them. And because all 7 hearts were in one location for a second there, the keyhole is now complete, and the door to darkness is now forming somewhere out there in the worlds.
Ooh.
And Donald and Goofy decide they need to protect Kairi. They need to get out of there, because now the Heartless are just going fucking nuts. They're appearing in greater number, stronger variations, and they start running out. And then we see a little shadow. And when gameplay resumes from the cutscene, you are actually playing as this shadow. And it's at this point when I watch a lot of people reacting to the games for the first time, they're just staring at the screen for like a minute because they don't realize that they're out of cutscene and that they can play. You're like, why am I looking at this little Heartless? And then when one of them moves the control stick, they're like, what? No. Yeah, so Sora is a Heartless at this point.
Oh my god.
And I will tell you, we're going to come back to this a lot, because him turning into a Heartless has wide-reaching ramifications. I'll tell you, very specifically, one of my favorite characters in the entire series. Okay, do you remember the rule I told you about Heartless? What happens when a Heartless is made?
No.
When a person with a strong will becomes a Heartless, what happens to their body and soul?
I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The body and soul left behind can become what's called a nobody.
Okay.
Sora's nobody is born at this moment and appears in another world called Twilight Town. And remember how I said Ansem is like Xehanort's heartless form, but he also had a nobody which formed Organization 13?
Yeah.
That nobody named Xemnas appears. And Sora's nobody is very sort of confused. Normally, the memories that lie in a person's heart travel from the Heartless, which has no memories, nothing better than like base animal instinct, to the nobody. But as you'll see soon, Sora is a Heartless for a very short amount of time. So this nobody has like almost nothing in his head. So Xemnas is like, you seek answers, I can give you purpose. And he makes glowing letters of light appear in the air between them, spelling out the name Sora. And he spins them around really fast, and then he makes a big glowing X. And the name Roxas is now floating in the air.
Ooh.
And Roxas is like my favorite character in Kingdom Hearts. But I'll talk more about him later. For now, know that little Sora goes down the castle. He meets up with Kairi, Donald, and Goofy. Donald immediately tries to attack him. But Kairi pretty quickly realizes that that's Sora, given the fact that
Did this sound just... Oh. Wait, what? What's going on? Jay is dead. He's dead, Jim. Am I alone? I think I'm alone. All by myself. Don't wanna be all alone. Hey. Hey.
sorry, I had a phone call.
Oh no, you're fine.
I wonder if it recorded everything I said after both of you vanished.
No, did you say anything?
Yeah, I just kind of kept talking.
Sorry.
I'm very intrigued to see if the recording processes that.
Probably not.
It probably won't.
We're almost done for this episode anyway. But I wanted to wrap this up. So Kairi realizes that it's Sora. A bunch of other Heartless show up. She goes to protect him with her body, and she gets dogpiled by a bunch of Heartless. But then, Princesses of Heart can do kind of amazing things. She sort of instinctively taps into her power. And there's a flash of light. All the Heartless are thrown off. And then Sora properly is standing there holding her. And he just says, Kairi, thank you.
Mm.
And it's initially depicted like he's okay. He's not a Heartless anymore. He got better. But really, later on, it's like she sort of made a new body for him, but it's temporary. Roxas out there has his actual body and soul. So Sora is now going forward incomplete. And that's something that's going to have to be addressed in the future.
How is that going to affect him using the Keyblade?
What's that?
Is that going to affect him using the Keyblade?
For the most part, no. He still has access to his Keyblade. Through the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 and all of Chain of Memories, he can use it just fine. But Roxas now has his own replica of the Kingdom Key that he can use. Later on, Roxas winds up... there's two Keyblades that represent Sora's relationships with his friends. After this, when they get back to Traverse Town, Kairi gives Sora her little wayfinder made of seashells, her lucky charm, and is like, you have to bring this back to me. And he promises that he will. And it becomes a keychain for the Oathkeeper Keyblade, which is one of the prettiest Keyblades in the entire series. So hang on. This is the Oathkeeper.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And when he returns to Hollow Bastion, he gains access to Oblivion. Oathkeeper represents his relationship with Kairi. Oblivion represents his relationship with Riku. This is Oblivion.
Ooh.
Roxas starts off with his own replica of the Kingdom Key, but later on he winds up being able to wield two Keyblades simultaneously, and they take the form of Oathkeeper and Oblivion. So these become well known as Roxas's Keyblades.
Cool.
Yeah. And if you're wondering, well, wait, why can Roxas hold two of them? Because of both Sora and Ventus.
I was curious about that actually, but I thought,
Yeah, it's funny. During the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, when Kairi is inside of him, Sora actually has two hearts of pure light in addition to his own. And I should mention that Roxas doesn't look like Sora. Most of the time, your nobody is going to look exactly like you. This is Ventus from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And this is Roxas.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So look, all the theories have already been out there. Like, is he actually Ventus's nobody? No, it's been stated multiple times by Tetsuya Nomura. He is Sora's nobody. He just looks like Ventus because of the extra shit going on in, Sora's heart. Okay, so yeah, Sora gets revived thanks to Kairi. They retreat back to Traverse Town. Kairi wants to come with them, but Sora is worried that she would get in the way and that he'd have to protect her, so she gives him the Lucky Charm. He promises to bring it back, and they go back into Hollow Bastion, fight their way all the way back through the castle, successfully are ready to seal the keyhole. But before they do, Leon, Yuffie, Aerith, and Sid from Final Fantasy VI all show up, and they are like, yeah, this is actually our original homeworld before it was taken over by the Heartless. And Sora's like, cool, I'm about to save your world. And they're like, well, hang on, that's the thing. Just know that when you see this keyhole, you might never see us again. It's like, what? Why? And they're like, you've been going around sealing the keyholes. It's protecting the worlds, but the only reason that you were able to go from world to world is because the Heartless sort of broke down these invisible barriers between these worlds. Like, you can still travel through the space between the worlds, but you won't actually be able to access them anymore. Once you seal this keyhole, the Heartless won't be able to come back, but neither will you. And Sora's like sad about that, but then Leon said, we may never see each other again, but we'll never forget each other. And Sora, regains his resolve. He seals Hollow Bastion away, and they're ready to go deal with Ansem. They're ready to save Riku. They're ready to deal with the Door to Darkness, and they take one last ride in the Gummy Ship, and they find one of the craziest looking places in all of Kingdom Hearts. It is an amalgamation of all of the broken pieces of many different worlds. This place looks like a nightmare made real. Lots of bright colors and, twisted architecture, not architecture, but like twisted topography all smashed together. And this place where the laws of reality seem broken is called the end of the world.
Ooh.
And that's where I'm going to leave you off.
Ominous.
Yeah, it's very cool. Also, what's great is the music that you first hear, aside from Simple and Clean, in Kingdom Hearts 1, in the tutorial in Dive to the Heart, is called Destati. It's this Destati. Du, 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 dun, 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 dun. It's like very, I don't want to say epic. I feel like epic is overused. It's very grandiose, and it almost
Sounded
sounds like
it
a
was about to break into the Kingsman theme for a second.
it's almost like a church choir, like a Latin, like you would hear it for some biblical shit, right?
Mhm.
Well, it's also the world music for End of the World.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we did it. We talked about most of Kingdom Hearts 1. Again, I can't
Yay!
see so next time we'll wrap up Kingdom Hearts 1 and start talking about both Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, which more or less happened concurrently.
Okay.
That might not be for another couple months. Again, I don't want to overfeed you guys with Kingdom Hearts. I know it's not as engaging as, episodes where you guys can match me. So
How are the listenership for these ones? Do we is anyone paying attention to these compared to normal episodes?
You know what? I get about the same amount of views, more or less.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So and like one of them may be me, so
True.
But yeah, look, we're gonna keep doing them because I've already accepted the fact that I'm not making money or getting famous off of this series. It's just for fun.
Yeah, that's where I'm at over on mine.
Yeah. Speaking of, hey guys, go listen to Phantom Optimists. They're also really good.
Well, thanks.
Oh, you just do a crossover with fucking
True Believers, yeah.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to speak with Andrew from True Believers, a comic book podcast, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Pod DC cast. Or
yeah,
Pod
DC asked. Yeah, I think that's pretty funny that they have DC in their podcast, kind of logo, and I have the Avengers A in my podcast logo. It's all connected, Blue. It's all connected.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how podcast networks work. I mean, I assume you need to be more successful first.
I mean, but we could probably just be like, hey, do you want to be a network, and then build a website or whatever.
Yeah, we could do like a website for like a network of nerd related podcasts that are all kind of vaguely similar, but not quite the same. And I've noticed that all three of these podcasts, that between this, Fandom Optimists, and True Believers, they're all gonna kind of cover the same sorts of things, but in different ways.
I was gonna say, if you're supposed to be Marvel and they're supposed to be DC, what does that make me? What am I like?
Well,
Image?
I guess. But it's interesting that
I'm a lot grittier, and I know more about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than the rest of you.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, but I do think it's kind of cool that none of these three podcasts actually cover exactly the same thing, because they cover comic book arcs, and maybe they'll review a movie sometimes, but and that they also have much more level-headed and reasonable reviews of things than I do, because I'm severely optimistic.
It's a chronic condition.
I wear it with pride. But so then where mine is more is exclusively TV and movie based. But for any fandom, not necessarily comic books. Like whenever they do they're doing like a Harry Potter reunion on New Year's Day. It's like, I'm going to cover that because it's a fandom, and that's a cool thing happening in a fandom. So I'm going to do that. And then whereas this show, with the exception of these Kingdom Hearts episodes, are about specific characters from all over the place. And so I think that's kind of cool that these shows will occasionally overlap content, but the purpose is never quite the same.
Yeah. You know what? I have both of you guys like on Twitter. I can probably make like a DM or whatever and just be like, hey, what do you think about making a network? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
that would be pretty fun. I know that they're like friends with a few other podcasts. I'm like, what if we get like an Avengers of podcasts and get like five or six interconnected nerd podcasts?
God, they're such dorks.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Jay,
why we're here.
Do you have anything you want to plug since we're talking about our shit?
Actually, I was kind of curious. Did y'all want to do another Star Wars episode at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about those in lieu.
Yeah, because we started doing these.
What? Okay. This week is who is this week? This week's Jordan week. So, I don't know if anyone's available next week.
I think
Ooh.
around the same time on a Saturday. Yeah, I'm always free at this time on a Saturday, I think.
Next
Yeah.
week I won't be able to actually.
Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll do it sometime.
So maybe we'll switch off the schedule and we'll just do a comic book character next week.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably gonna be that. All right. Join the Discord. It's fun. I'm not gonna keep selling you on it. You will or you won't. Feel free to support the series. Give me money.
Pay me my money.
Go buy the fucking Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package. I've suggested that these two do it. Listener, you. Yeah, that's right, you. I can see you. Stop that. That's inappropriate. Go buy the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package. It's like 10 games. Well, like 7 games and 3 movies for like $20. Why
shit.
would you not do that?
It's a bargain.
It really is. I get mad because people don't take it seriously when I'm like, go buy it. It's like, no, literally, go buy it. One of them is a game that only came out 2 years ago.
Which one is that?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Man, just Spider-Man, which came out 3 years ago, is more expensive than that.
Exactly. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is really fucking good. They all are, but to varying degrees. Maybe not Chain of Memories. Wait, do it, pussy. You won't.
Do it.
Do it.
I think I'm done. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening to my incoherent ramblings about how a duck is a multiversal level being.
And remember, we can all be heroes.
Fuck you!
May the force be with you.
Well, great. You left nothing for me.
No, you can do it again. I was just doing an impression.
No, it's ruined now. What do I?
You do mine now.
Wash your hands after you quit contact. It's important. Look, you're gonna be shaking someone's hand later today for a job interview. You don't want juices on there. Okay, bye.
Juice.
I thought you were gonna turn around and do my never apologize for loving your fandom.
I'll be honest, I couldn't remember yours for a second.
I couldn't remember the first half of yours, so I just said we can all be heroes.
What a disaster.